Me. Here's the Gilberto, Oliva, Reserva, Blanc, which is where I'm at so far. So I made very good progress within this stick here. I'm going to say, once again, from the very beginning, initial, noticed it had a good aroma that came off of it. The immediate notes that popped out at me is going to be those cedar notes. It came in a cedar encasing, so that came through really strong in the very beginning. The cigar had very creamy smoke that came off of it, but it had one of these lighter golden brown wrappers on it, which typically does not have a lot of oiliness on it. So because of that, you end up getting a little bit of a drier smoke. So that is one thing that I'm at a point where preference-wise, I don't enjoy that. But this stick has maintained, is stay lit most of the time. It had a good draw on it also. So I have enjoyed that about it. I would say some of the other notes as I began to progress in the stick was I noticed some earthiness to it. Then as we got a little further, a little spice kicked in, and I was like, okay, the spice is good. I forgot to mention earlier on, there was a sweetness to it once I first got going, which kind of went out. And then once the spice came in, there was a little bit of cocoa on the back end of that. But those are all the tasting notes that I picked up on at that point with this particular cigar, which was a little bit of a disappointment in it for me because I would have liked just a little bit more complexity, and once again, this could just be preference. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked a little bit of oiliness to smooth that out so it didn't have such a dryness to it. But it was a very light, milder cigar. And that was enjoyable a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting to the point, I think, where I prefer more of a medium body. And so I think, unfortunately, a lot of my rating is going to be based off of my own biases at this point in time because I'm going to say, I'm going to give this a 3.6. It was a good cigar. Everything was done well. Nothing was bad about it, but preference-wise, I would have liked a little bit more complexity. I would have liked a little bit of oiliness on this to give me a little bit of a smoother smoke. But creaminess, the lightness of it was enjoyable. Probably a really good cigar for more of an entry-level smoker. But for me at this point in time, I would have liked a little bit more from it. But it was a good cigar.
I was going to ask, if you smoked this cigar 10 years ago, how would you feel versus now?
Yeah, I'd probably felt very good about it. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have went back and got it a few times afterwards, which I still would smoke it again because this is what I think. I think this cigar would go great with coffee in the morning, just standing outside and kind of getting your thoughts together, planning your day. So it's one of those type sticks,
I like that. I mean, because before we close out, the way you explain that cigar, the way you kind of detailed it, it sounds like one of those cigars that I would have loved to get my hands on, say, 10 years ago. That's something I would have. That's something I would have looked forward to. Like, I need that 10 years ago. Like, that's exactly what I was looking. I would be looking for. But it's like now, I gotta have that oiliness. I had a little bit of pepper in the beginning. Stuff like that. Yeah. I'm glad to hear the pepper came out eventually. But it's like those certain things we look for now that we didn't necessarily look for back in the day. But it's like that sounds like a nostalgic stick that 10 years ago, give me that one. I'm going back for that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. So if you're early in your journey, go check it out. That's a good stick for you. If you're more of a experienced veteran, still check it out, but smoke it in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Smoke it in the morning.
Morning smoke. Hey, morning smoke. Morning smoke. We love it.